So the next problem, ladies and gentlemen, is now we are given the slope, m equals 5. And I'm also given a point, a coordinate point, which is 1/5, comma 7. And now what we're going to do, we're going to get into graphing linear equations more in depth in the next class period. But for right now, we're just going to kind of focus on how to write the equation of a linear, or how to write a linear equation. So to do that, did I drop? No, there they are. So to do that, we first need to understand what exactly is an equation in slope, or a linear equation. And one of the ways to write a linear equation is what we call in slope-intercept form. And the reason why we call it slope-intercept form is because then we can identify what is the slope, and we can also identify the y-intercept. Now again, going back to what we did 2 class periods ago, the y-intercept is going to be where the point on the graph where it crosses the y-axis. All right, where the x-intercept would be the point on the graph where the graph crosses the x-axis. All right, so if we have an equation written in this format, we can easily identify the y-intercept as well as the slope. Now remember, slope, as we mentioned in the last example, was a ratio. It's not a point. It's a ratio. It's the change in the y-coordinates over the change in the x-coordinates between any 2 points. Now in this problem, we are given the slope. So to write an equation in slope-intercept form, we can say y equals 5x plus b. Does everybody understand what I did so far? I just plugged in the slope. Yes? OK. So now let's go ahead and take a look at what is the information that we have and what is the information that we do not have. To write the equation of the line, we need to know what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. But the thing that what's really, really important about this, which I'll pick on Shelton, is I have a line. I have points that lie on the line. And we practice graphing those points. We took the points, we plotted them, we used a table of values, and we made points. Now, what I want you, when we're looking at these points, remember these represent all different x and y coordinates, correct? OK, very good. So actually, I'm not even going to need to pick on you. What I want you to understand, though, by looking up here, is that each and every one of these points has an x and a y coordinate. Do you agree with me on that? OK. Now, all those x and y coordinates, though, are all going to be different for each and every one of these points. So what the x and the y coordinate represent in the equation is the infinite many points that make up the line. Because remember, there's infinite many points. Infinite many points that make up the line. So that's what the x and the y represent. Now, in this problem, we are given the slope, which I plugged in. And we are given a point. But we're not given what the y-intercept is. So to be able to identify what the y-intercept is, I can plug in the points x and y. Right? Yep. Here we're going to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the points x and y to be able to solve for b. So I write in 7 equals 5 times 1/5 plus b. Now, hopefully you guys notice that anytime you have a number multiplied by its reciprocal, that's just going to be 1. So I have 7 equals to 1 plus b. Now, to solve for my y-intercept, I just solve for b. So now, writing the equation of the line, I know what b is. I know what m is. And x and y represent all of the points of the equation. So I can write my equation of my line as 5x plus 6. We're not going to worry about graphing it right now.